Hi guys, this is Jesse and this is the August DevDiary. I'm actually live at Gamescom, as you can see. And by the time you hear this, I will be probably already packing for PAX, but I thought it would be cool to record it live here anyway. So let's go to some quiet place so we can talk about the content of the DevDiary and some big news. So the big news, as so many of you already know, is that we are going to release the pre-alpha on September 30. Why pre-alpha rather than alpha? It's just a matter of definition. For us, an alpha should contain a full game loop, that is in our case, scanning for resources, mining, crafting, and then building and piloting your ship. We are not quite ready for the scanning and crafting part. We have a prototype, but we don't think it's ready yet. We need to work on it. So rather than delaying the whole thing, we said we're going to rebrand it into pre-alpha, but keep our word about the release date. So what do we have in this pre-alpha? It's going to be focused on building only. That means that you will have already everything in your inventory to start with, and you will be able to build anything from atmospheric ship, hovercraft, spaceship, space station, outposts, anything you want, including also signal-based scriptable elements like a button that starts a door to open, or of course Lua scripting. Let me say that you really don't have to do Lua scripting. It's something completely optional for those of you guys who like to look into programming. It's not at all necessary to enjoy the game. Also, crucially, in this pre-alpha, you'll get to experience the huge single-shard universe we've made for you. So that means that everybody is playing in the same world at the same time. You start on the Alioth planet. We will have a small tutorial for you to get going. And then there are some 11 other planets for you to explore in the solar system. Please note that the procedural generation algorithms are not final, so we may have to reset the planets along the way on pre-alpha, alpha, and so on. But don't be worried, all the constructs you're going to make will be preserved, and we are also making sure that you will be able to use them even in release by actually using blueprints. So feel free to create really amazing things, crazy stuff. We are really eager to see what you guys are going to make. So we'll get back in more details about the pre-alpha and the details in the coming weeks on the forums. Meanwhile, let's get right into the DevDiary of August and see what we have. The UI team has been hard at work, fully revamping the game's UI for pre-alpha. While we will certainly keep iterating, the new looks are much closer to the vision we have for Dual Universe. As you can see here, the HUD has been completely reskinned to enhance immersion and readability. Important information have been carefully placed and contextualized so you can easily find what you're looking for. We have also worked on the game menu, which acts as a master menu of sorts. It groups several essential tabs in a single predictable place. Currently, it allows you to access the integrated help in a sort of an in-game wiki-like encyclopedia with extensive information on the whole game, the planetary map, which gives you all kinds of information about the planet you're on and helps you with navigation, and finally the settings and system tabs, which allow you to customize some system options and logout, respectively. Many more tabs will become accessible as the game evolves, but for now most of them are grayed out to serve as reminders of what's still to come. The inventory system has also been highly enhanced to now feature some powerful filtering systems, as well as improved looks and readability. Cockpit widgets have also been redesigned, as the previous ones were debug placeholders. Readability and simplicity are key here, and remember that displayed widgets can be customized at will by selecting what will show or not. The build helper is another UI element which has been completely redesigned. It gives you real-time information on the construct you're building, its weight, its dynamics, its ability to fly. It's pretty heavy loaded with information, so ergonomy is key here to keep things understandable. Speaking of building, we have added a few elements and features to enhance the shipbuilding experience. Let's go through them. We have improved voxel operation feedback. There are now 3 operation pre-visualization states. A blue ghost means your operation should always deliver the expected results. yellow ghost tells you that the operation, while allowed, is likely to have some unexpected voxel errors or smoothing artifacts error due to the limits in resolution. A red ghost simply prohibits you from executing an impossible operation. It could be because you lack enough material, because you're building outside the construct's limit, or any other kind of gameplay related limitation. We have also added some very useful new elements to customize your constructs. Headlights are a special kind of light unit which emit a powerful directed spotlight. They are very useful for nighttime piloting. Landing gears are resistant elements that can be deployed for you to safely land your ship. They come in various sizes. Note that their behavior is easily scriptable to allow for automatic activation when you approach the ground or activation of several gears at the click of one single button. Finally, we've added some new material textures for building. We believe these have a better, more sci-fi feel than the ones we had put to this point. We have implemented a simple right management system, which is much more simplified compared to the full-fledged RDMS, which will take a bit more time to develop because it needs us to implement organization management first. So during pre-alpha, you'll be able to simply right-click any element and type in the name of players who should be allowed to interact with it. You can also type in all to allow anybody to interact. It's very simple. Editing the rights on an element controls what can be done with it, like opening a door, activating a control unit or a cockpit, accessing a container. Setting the rights on the core unit will actually give the rights to edit the construct it is attached to. And setting the rights on the territory unit will define who has the right to mine or build on this territory. Using some of the basic Lua functions we have already implemented, it is quite easy to have one of your constructs automatically follow you. This can be used to create a transporting barge to carry heavy objects around. It's a good example of how far you will be able to stretch your creativity in terms of ship look. Here's yet another example of a completely bizarre ship that you can get to fly and challenge the law of aerodynamics. Finally, let's have a look at our artist's production this month with several new elements and concepts. And that's it for now. I hope you liked it. Don't hesitate to follow us on our forum and social media where we are going to publish soon more information about the pre-alpha. See you soon in Dual Universe.